So I'm gonna give my little feedback of 5 days, as this has now been in Alpha 2 testing here on Steam. And please note that I have probably paid, this might be day 5, but this is probably day 3 of me actually playing the game before we jump in here. So on my stream last night, some folks asked about my feedback on this game, and I had to really come up with some thoughts. I've made some little notes here as well of what I wanted to cover. So please keep in mind, I am 17 hours into the game. I am only level 7 out of that 17 hours, so to speak. I would probably even lessen that a little bit, because there was about maybe about 2 hours of the time on Thursday trying to log into this thing, and it didn't really work out very well because the servers are early. Oh, it's an MMO. Servers are servers. So I want to first talk about the combat in this game. So the combat is cool. It is a mixture of hotkey and action RPG. So for a lot of the folks who followed me, we've played DCUO for literally the past about 14 years. So we definitely understand the action RPG component of it. That Cookie the Pie, thank you so much for the follow. So when we look at action RPG, you do have your main weapon. So you, as a tank right now, I start off with a main sword, a one-handed sword and the shield, and now I have a one-handed mace. And the mace, and even having a ranged weapon of a bow. So that was pretty cool. So I got a longbow, I now have a mace, and I have a sword, and each of those have their own weapon skills to amplify the damage and have their little tweaks with them as well with finishers. So it is a mouse and keyboard kind of a game, so keep that in mind. And so we utilize the mouse really for movement and camera. And so really for the action RPG of it with your weapon, like I'm holding down E, I can tap it for sure, or I can just really hold it down to just do the melee type combos or even the attack combos. And they each have it's a melee swing, it's a swing, and then a deadly finisher. And the deadly finisher can capitalize different effects to them, like bleeding or staggered. So each weapon kind of does their own thing, and you can amplify that with the skills as you use the weapon. So for some folks out there who might be actually from the classic World of Warcraft, where you had to level up your weapon from, well, kind of 1 or 0 to just keep pushing forward, it can be a lot. So it is part of the grind with this game. It does have that old school MMO feel to it. Now, outside of the weapon, you kind of got yourself your abilities, you get your classes. So every level you got your class. And what's also cool too is, at least for me, I have to play out with the other classes as I play, or even as I test. So you do have your archetype of your archetype for your class. I'm a tank. There are mage or summoner. There's 8 classes that then go into a subclass. So as a tank, I can actually choose tank again and become a guardian subclass, or I can go into mage and become a spell sword. So there's different combinations that you can do to have different archetypes as you play your character and really fit your play style, which is pretty neat. As a level 7, I have not unlocked that ability of the subclass just yet. So at the same time, I'm kind of keeping myself of less not intelligence, but I'm keeping myself just brand new, not really learning a lot outside of what I'm trying to learn in the game, just to keep myself into that new game type experience. So I don't even know what level I even get my subclass. So outside of that, you also have a stamina as well. For me, I use stamina to block, and you also have dodge, which is also part of that action RPG style. You attack, you dodge, and you can also block. Everybody can block. As a tank, I have a shield, so my block is better. And even your stamina, every 2 levels, you get a stamina point that goes into that as well. So this is actually really in-depth, so to speak. So combat's really getting really cool. More abilities I'm getting. I even just learned Reflect as a tank, which reflects 100% of the damage back to the target. So I was like, I learned that. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. The graphics for this game, you can actually see right now, I am rocking a 2070 RTX, so I am, it's old. But the graphics for the game are still pretty new. I have not mess with any of the graphics settings, so the graphics that you see right here on the load screen, pretty indicative to what's actually in game. Now keep in mind too, again, this is alpha 2 testing, so there's a lot that can really go iffy on this, or not iffy, but there's a lot more growth to it, so to speak. So we do have a lot more graphic changes that I expect to see as we go into beta, and then we'll finally go into full release. So graphics are pretty good for an MMORPG, and remember my old slogan, the graphics don't make the game. Okay, that's just my slogan for RPGs, so just keep that in mind. We did try out professions, which I hope to kind of scale down my video from my last stream of doing professions, because I accidentally kind of bumped myself into professions because I didn't mean to, but then I was like, oh, I kind of just started following along the path of it. So there's a lot of professions out there, and I know from my boy Ledge out there, he has really fell in love with the profession skills, and so have I too. I do like a very in-depth professions because it gives you something to grind, it gives you something to go for. At the same time, it can also be daunting, and there's nothing really, I will have to say, you're going to rely on a lot heavily on the community out there for websites that are going to probably be having a lot of profession guides, because I needed to make a mold, but in order for me to make a mold, I had to go to the stonemasonry. Find out that I needed to grind some herbs and make a bunch of stuff from the gathering, and it was a lot. I mean, even I was absolutely just like blown away. It's like how much running around I had to do, which also comes into a little feedback of maybe the game needs to try and have some kind of linear path to show you exactly where you need to go to kind of do it. It does tell you that, hey, this requires stonemasonry, and I finally found it, luckily, through the game, but there definitely there needs to be further on. Once I play a little bit more around it, I probably will actually have a better thought of how to make it better. But man, the profession was absolutely wild to do. I went into armor smithing, and you also have the ability to, at this time in testing, to do all the professions. I don't know if they're going to lock all the professions where you have to kind of learn them one by one, or if everyone at the release is like, hey, once you get to this area, here's all your professions that you can do, here's all the gathering, there's no specialization you have to do, it's just here you are. New World had that same ordeal where you had all the professions that you can do, and it's your choice as the player to really make yourself like, hey, I'm a tank, so I want to do armor smithing because I want better armor for myself that I can carry around, so I can make that path, or I can go into weapon smithing. So as this game is more of a social sandbox and less of a theme park, you are a social sandbox. You make the determination of how your character and how your gameplay and experience is in this game, along with the community that will be around you. So it is really a lot when it comes to the professions. The environment, as you're going to see later in the stream, the environment is really pretty. There was absolutely a note that someone said, it's like, wow, the environment, there's not enemies every 10 paces or almost all on top of each other. And they're right. The game is very large, and enemies are not always stacked on top of you. You do have a chance to get your horse really early level and kind of just go. You're kind of just traveling, and you get to experience really the environment around you and really just love it. You don't have to really worry about ganking or not ganking, but really just get hit with a lot of enemies on top of each other. You have a moment to breathe and just enjoy the environment around you. And then when the enemies are there, the enemies make you know about it. Right now, again, currently in alpha, you'll probably see when I'm playing it that there's just going to be times where enemies just aren't spawning, and it's because it's alpha testing and server population is growing, it's lessening, it's really an ebb and flow. So the developers have been working very hard these past 5 days, working to get the servers more stable, getting the enemies. I remember there was a bunch of goblins in the area that we needed to kill, but they just weren't spawning. here comes a system message. Hey, everybody, make sure you're kind of away from everything because we have to reset a few things. And sure enough, they reset, and here comes all the goblins. And hearing feedback from general channel or global, it was everybody just got really hurt. But they spawned. Thanks, devs. And I know I spoke about the classes a little bit, and the classes I'm really only having knowledge of right now is tank, because I do play tank or I do play a healer. So I'm playing the tank, so a lot of my feedback and videos that you're going to be seeing is going to be based more on the tank side until I get this at level 25 is the max level that they have right now during this testing phase. So once I hit level 25 on the tank, maybe experience exactly what's happening at level 25. Or maybe when I get to a part where it probably stops with a lot of some of the questing or anything, I may switch over, and I will switch over to other classes to try everything out, because this is testing. I am a tester. Everyone who knows me from DCUO and from other MMOs, I'm absolutely a person who likes to test, and I've been waiting for Ashes. I was truly waiting for it to show up in beta, which would have been signaling the start of it joining in Steam. So the fact that it joined Steam in the Alpha 2 testing still excites me. They did add a lot into this game, but there's still a lot more missing. I've definitely seen feedback of people saying it's between 20 and 50% done, and I'm probably leaning more closer to maybe that 20% range that it could be done. But they've also stated that there is a lot more in this game that they're going to be adding, and what we're experiencing now in Alpha 2 was not the same game that they experienced in Alpha 1. So there is going to be a lot more growth. So anyone who wants to try and join this game on PC right now, and this is going to be a PC game, there's no announcement or anything that's going to come to console just yet. But you never know what happens in 1 to 2 years. But if you're going to join on Steam, it is $49.99 on Steam. As of this video right now, there is a 15% discount because it did kind of just start. But the normal price for it is $49.99. If you do decide to buy it and play it, please understand again, this is not your normal early access. We are right now in Alpha 2 testing as of this video. So if you do join pay to play, please understand that you are not playing a final version. There is going to be a wipe before full release. I almost expect that there's going to be a full wipe before we even get to beta 1. So there's a lot more testing that's going to be needed, and you're paying to test this game. There will be server issues. There will be enemy issues. There will be combat issues. And every one of those issues you want to report into the bug report, because everything that you're experiencing needs to be reported for the bugs to be fixed. A lot of my early streams that you're going to see, that you may be seeing clips of, is absolutely me putting a bug in because of grammatical errors. And obviously I am not the person who should be pointing out grammatical errors, but I did point out the grammatical errors because that's what you're supposed to do. You are reporting every single bug. Please do not buy this game and jump in here expecting that you're going to have a full-blown nice experience. We already know that there's a lot of quests that actually there's a part where the quests just stop because all the quests aren't in the game yet. So you're going to go in there and also see the negative reviews from Steam, and a lot of the negative reviews are valid. They're also from alpha testers who are in Alpha 1 and even prior, and some of the reviews are valid. Obviously it's Steam, so a lot of the reviews are not valid. So you're open mind. Just please keep an open mind. You're spending all this money, you're testing the video game, you're testing the video game. There is no idea when this game is going to go into final release. We don't even know when beta 1 is going to be starting. So it's in Steam. They have a new player base. They have new players joining in, like myself, and we're here to test the game. And so if you're not here to test this game, don't buy the game. I mean, honestly, just me being the truthful as I can. Do not buy this game. If you want to wait for the full game experience, or even going into where we're like that pre-order or that bonus time, then wait. Please wait. But you have myself that I'm going to be doing videos for. You will see a bunch of guys like Theory Forge, and I know Esfond TV has done some videos as well. You're going to see a lot of MMO players and content creators producing content for this now that it's on Steam. So please go out there, enjoy yourself, have fun, and I hope you guys enjoy Ashes of Creations, because I'm so far at level 7 having a blast. Thank you.